You know, Debbie, I love being in the green room. I love being behind the scenes and having these really private conversations, except for a couple thousand people who are going to eavesdrop. But so I don't have to read this bio that's so long because you have so many accomplishments. Do me a favor, if you would, for those folks that are tuning in, take a moment and just give me the backstory. Like, who is Debbie, and what is Debbie up to these days?
Well, Debbie's been around a while, been playing in the expert world for sure. I have been a professional speaker, Shay, for 25 years. Can't believe it. Just like time flew by. I never even knew there was a business as a professional speaker when I got into it. You know, I started out as an entrepreneur, a happy entrepreneur, still a happy entrepreneur. And the reason I've been so successful as a speaker is because I ran it like an entrepreneur. And we can talk about that. Is that, you know, I've always run it like a speaking empire with an entrepreneurial mindset. And so I've spoken 28 countries. I've authored 9 books. My 9th book just came out, best-selling author. So I've been a little busy, and time just clicks away. And I love what I do because I love helping people to make a difference in their lives. And so I found my dream thing. Making a difference.
And for those folks that are tuning in, I know you and I we're going to have a conversation, but what should they expect from Debbie tonight? Because there's so much you could do, but what should they expect on this particular episode?
Well, I wrote this book, Success is Easy, because I wanted to tell people something no one's ever told them before. Why have we been lied to forever that success was hard? I mean, it's a belief system, right? And so I want to get people's belief system to change, and I want them to open up to different ideas. And I want to tell them that, it doesn't matter what hurdle you have. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're broke. It doesn't matter if you came from another country, where you've landed. You can make it easy for you because, I didn't know the answers when I started out, just almost any business. And it's easy with help. I mean, you can't do it by yourself, right? And so I found really great help of mentors and found my way. And, I think that if you want something bad enough and you never give up, that you're going to make it easy. That's the thing, is you're going to find a way to do it. You're going to have to take the steps. You're not going to get there overnight. There's not a magic wand. I'm not saying there's a magic wand, but I really believe that because anything I've ever set my mind to, I've been able to do. And I think that what I'm here to say, I'm going to claim on this call, stay on this class, because I'm going to tell you, whatever dreams and passion you have, you're going to make it happen. And you're going to get rid of the doomsayers, and I'm going to be here telling you that you can make it, and you can make it easy. And I'm going to hold your hand through this process. So you're just going to make it work, because I have done it when people told me I couldn't do things. And every single thing, every single business I built from ground up, $1 million companies, without knowing the how. See, the people hang on to the how. So that's another thing. You don't have to know the how. You don't have to have the money. It's all going to happen for you. So I'm going to share that with you.
Well, I admire so much of what you've done, by the way. And for Sakoni Prince, who's joining, and Sherry, who's joining, and Kathy, who's watching right now, and what's up, John, and so many folks that are tuning in. I'm just curious. We're in the green room now. Not your why, but more importantly, what mission are you on now? Like what's your purpose for where you are in life right now?
Well, I think before I was always writing a book because it was a lesson. Like, I was a marketing person. I loved marketing. And so I was always writing books, teaching marketing or sales or something. Now this mission is I really want to have people become successful that didn't believe they could be successful. That's my mission. At every walk of life, whether they're coming out of high school or college, or they're at an older age and they think, I've never had my own business before. I don't care what it is. I love helping people be successful. That's my mission. Is part of my definition of success is helping people be successful. So when I wrote this book, that was my dream. That was my passion. Is that how many people all over the world can I share this message with? Change the mindset around the word success, because success is a very big word. It means lots of things. There's a lot of emotion around success, a lot of big thoughts around success. And I wanted to get clear. I wanted to come with here's the reality, come with common sense, wisdom, and just common sense entrepreneurial wisdom from my background and what my experience is, and give people hope. that no matter what you want, you can do it. And I don't think that's been said before. I think people have been led astray and left with way too much doubt for way too long. And that was my mission, to really change that.
No,
And
I
feel like
can't wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing it. I mean, I really can't wait. I know you give me the signal. We got to get going, which we are. When we come back, we're going to talk about success is easy. And these are no nonsense strategies to win in business. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off in 5. I love to do this, Debbie. This is the only thing I get the fun to do. We got the room. 3, 2, 1. It's showtime. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. That's right. Our mission is to inspire. That's right. And our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute, I believe, 3 visions that you have right now. You have a vision for yourself, how you want to live, the food you want to eat, the clothes you want to wear, and it takes revenue. That means resources to do that. Some of you have a vision for your loved ones. I'm very blessed to get a chance to pick up Mother Dear, which I'll do tomorrow again, and take her to therapy. I'm a caregiver, and there's nothing more cool than being able to stop by the store, buy what you want at the grocery store, Mother. Order what you want off of Amazon. Some of you, you're writing checks for healthcare insurance. Some of you are sending your kids to a school of your choice. Some of you write checks for causes you believe in. It takes revenue, which means it takes revenue to purchase those resources. And some of you, you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And imagine if you was Noah right now. I happen to be a believer no matter what you believe in right now. But there's a book, and Noah's in this book. And imagine that he had all the experience he needed from God. He had all the expertise he needed. But yet there was no hammer. That's no resource. Imagine there was no nails. Again, no resource. Imagine there was no wood or team, no resources. So some of you, you have everything going for you, but you don't have the resources. This morning, this evening, Debbie Allen showed up for one reason and one reason only, and that's to teach you that success is easy, and you do and can have the resources necessary to execute the vision, because you will generate revenue by serving other people. So let me say hello to the one and only, the woman herself, Debbie Allen. What's up, Debbie, out there in Phoenix, Arizona? Is that right?
Phoenix, Arizona, yes.
What's going on?
Shay, when I was on your show last time, we went viral.
Yeah.
And you started an affirmation that has kind of gone viral. Because when I was on the show, I said, success is easy. You kept saying, success is easy. Your time is now. And you said, put it in the chat box right below. And now I've been using it. And I love it because it is. This is your time. Yeah. Claim that. Success is easy. And your time is now, right here tonight. And we're going to talk about how to do that.
Well,
and claiming it.
It is your time. Let me jump in and address the elephant in the room if I can. You know, I mean, okay, nothing personal. You know, I love you. We're good friends. But you wrote this book, and it's like success is easy. So if success is so easy, no pun intended here, why do I need to read a book about success? Like, what challenges are business owners having today? Seriously.
Right. Well, it's easy, but we have to get out of our own way, because that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest thing, and I see most people have is they don't get out of their way. The challenge is right here in our heads. We get stuck right here. All these belief systems. It says I can't do something. I get stuck, or stuck in my comfort zone, stuck in these old limiting beliefs. So, you know, the first couple chapters talk about that, getting over failures so that you can move past obstacles faster. Because as an entrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, then you have to work on this. And so one of the things that I learned, growing businesses since a young age of 19, I bought my first business when I was 19. I've never applied for a job in my life. I have to spell it. Terrifies me that I would even have to fill out an application in my life. Scary. Build $1 million company. Hey, that doesn't scare me. Fill out an application for a job. Terrified. Different kind of thoughts pattern with an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that we can define success on our own terms, and most people don't think about that. They think about success sometimes lofty, or they judge themselves against somebody else's standards. And so if you're judging yourself against somebody else's standards, you're never going to live up to what your standards are, right? If you set the bar to where you want it to be for yourself. And as we know, what's the thing about a happy entrepreneur, Shay? That's what I love about your brand, is that a happy entrepreneur sets a lifestyle for what they want, and they define their own success. Mm-hmm. So that's setting your own vision and your own rules, and then going for it, right? Mm-hmm. So nobody says you can't do something because, this is what I want to do. And we move the doomsayers out of the way. We clear our limited beliefs, and we say nothing's going to stop me. And I think that was the thing from a very young age that I learned was I didn't know what I couldn't do. So nothing ever stopped me. And I had that belief system that I'm not going to quit. When I want something bad enough, I set the vision and intention is that you just finish it to the end. And I think when you learn that, when you have that belief, that you make success easy, because you don't have an option to not, to give up. And then you just find a way. You don't have to know the how. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to have the know-how. You don't have to have the money. But if you have that belief of I'm not going to give up and I'm going to find the way, then you're going to plow through anything. And that's all I had. And I think that's where you start. That's game number one. Step number one is getting through that.
And what do you say to the person that says out there, this sounds great, but I'm so busy right now. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, when do I have time to slow down? Because if I do, then that means some other stuff won't get done.
Right. Well, the two biggest excuses people have is time and money, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want something bad enough, you're going to find time to make it happen. And if you want to make something happen and you don't have the money, you're going to find the money, right? So if we looked at money, if people say, what is the most important thing? Is money really important? Yes, money is important. But what's more important than money? Probably your health. And so you could say, well, money's not important to me. I have enough of it. But if your health was in danger and you needed money for your health, then you'd find more money. You'd find a way to find money. So money buys you things. And so that's the thing, that success is a choice. And one of the things you get from success is money. But money is just paper and ink. But there's a lot of judgment around money, just as there's judgment around success. And so once we define it on our own terms, and we have a different belief system around it, and we don't allow doomsayers or people that tell us we can't do something, then we move away a lot of obstacles from the very beginning. And that's where we can really start achieving more. And I think that's the number one thing that holds most people back, is just getting out of their own way. And then we can start plowing through some of this stuff and making it a lot easier.
Yeah, you mentioned that the step one was to get out of your own way, and I don't give away all the secrets, but what would step two be for the person that's ready to step in and have success and do it in a no-nonsense way?
Realize you can't do it by yourself. As entrepreneurs, a lot of your listeners out there are probably solo entrepreneurs. Solo means one, and that means you have one brain, but one brain can only go so far. I believe that we all have a cap that we have on us. So it's almost like this invisible cap, and we can only make so much money or learn so much. So we have to get somebody that's really smart to help us. And we have two brains and 3 brains and 4 brains. So everything that I've learned has been through mentors. And I've just said, I would find somebody that's very successful and say, hey, I want to learn from them. And that's what I've done all of my life, because I barely graduated high school. I've never spent a day in college. I was not the sharpest tack in the box, right? But I was smart enough to know that I needed help. So you have to be coachable. You have to be open-minded. And you have to realize that you don't know it all. Because if you're trying to think, I'm going to do it all on my own, or if I'm going to try and be cheap, that's another money issue, right? I'm going to not invest in myself. and then I'm just going to figure it out on my own. I'm going to figure it out on my own. I'm not going to invest in myself. You're going to go too slow. That's playing small. If you want to play big, you have to invest in yourself, and you have to find people to help you. So you have to be coachable and open-minded. Then when you are, it is easy, because then you're on this path. Because there's like, if you look at success, there's like 2 levels. There's like, if you looked at a box, there's one over here that has a straight path. It's like, here it is, straight, easy. And then there's one box over here that's like this zigzag line. And that's a solo entrepreneur is going, okay, well, this didn't work. I went this way, and I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. All these puzzle pieces. And then it's taking forever, and it makes success hard. So which path do you want to take? The easy path, where somebody says, take all these steps and go this way, easier? Or do you want to go the hard way? So I've always taken the easy path. It's like, hey, find these. Maybe I was always lazy. Like, okay, I just want to make it lazy, easy. I want to go easy. Yeah. I want to get there faster. I'm not very patient. So I think that's probably good. I don't think very many entrepreneurs are patient.
We're definitely not patient, but something that you talked about in your book that I want to get your insight on it, because you talk about in your book that success is actually easier than failure. Let me say that again for those folks that are listening. This is going to be, this is like a little disruptive. I'm curious what her answer is going to be. This is a little disruptive. She says that success is actually easier than failure, and rarely do I hear someone say that. So, do you believe a lot of people have false beliefs about failure? I mean, I hear it all the time. So, tell us about that, if you would. What's your perspective?
Well, actually, success has to have failure in it, because we have to learn. So there's pieces of, you're not, every new business is dysfunctional, period. Like, you're going to have to make failure to, make mistakes to get places. But when you look around you, most people in their libraries, they have a library in their houses like loaded with books. Mine is. You can go on the internet. You can find anything you want. You can go on YouTube, watch a video, watch motivational. You can be motivated anytime you want, anytime, 24/7 with videos online. We have so much information right now. We're bombarded with information all around us. Success is just surrounding us. All you have to do is grab it. Mm-hmm. And you can go to seminars now, which we didn't have growing up, a lot of us. And so we have so much more opportunity to be successful than ever before. And so, we just, failure is just, again, it's a piece of it. It's lessons. And I think that's what most people have to realize, that, when there's the difference with someone with a limited mindset, is that they ran into failure and then they quit because they say, I should have believed what everybody told about me. I was going to make it work. And what did I know about that? And they quit. Somebody with a growth mindset runs into failure and they go, hey, what was the lesson I need to learn with that? Oh, yeah, there was a lesson there. Right. And they learn the lesson and they go, okay, they shift directions really quickly. And the more successful they get, they shift and they shift again really quickly, and they just keep moving. And a lot of times failure is put in front of us to teach us really good lessons and give us really great, valuable success. I know some of the biggest failures that I've experienced have given me the biggest success, because if I hadn't gone through these challenges, I wouldn't have shifted my business or reinvented my business. And I would have been doing my business the same way. And because I shifted and reinvented, I made more money and I enjoyed my business better. So, so a lot of times I welcome challenges and I welcome failures, because if you're ready to handle those, they can teach you such amazing, valuable lessons. But again, that's the difference, is somebody with a limited mindset is going to stop. And so a true, strong, happy entrepreneur is going to say, I choose to have a growth mindset. And a growth mindset says, hey, what did I learn from that? Now, as you're learning it, going from limiting mindset to growth mindset, you might have to get hit over the head a few times. Like, okay, lesson number 1, 2, 3. Third time you're hit over the head with the lesson or the failure where you see you turn it into a lesson on the third hit. You might be a little more stubborn, but you'll eventually get it.
Yeah, no, I think that's right on the point, and they'll eventually get it. But in the book, you kind of share that many of us have a limiting mindset, which you talked about a little earlier. But what you tied it to that was kind of interesting was something called the lame excuse zone, if I can say it like that. Talk about what is the lame excuse zone, and what are some lazy excuses that people are making up that's kind of holding them back today. And for those folks that are out there listening right now, we're talking to the one and only Debbie Allen, and she just wrote a book called Success is Easy, It's Your Time. In fact, for those folks that are watching right now, and if you're listening to the podcast, you can do this. And if you're watching in the replay, or maybe you're on Apple TV right now, or maybe you're on Amazon Fire, or you're just tuning in on Roku, you can do this as well. Go ahead and look right below the video if you're on social media now, and write these words: success is easy, hashtag it's my time. Like look right below the video and say, success is easy, hashtag it's my time. And you have my permission, I'm sure Debbie would agree, hit the share button. If you want to share this, you can hit the share button, and you can share this message with your network, with your community, or hit the watch party. Hit the watch party. We believe in the giver's economy. Success is easy, hashtag it's my time. It's my time. And it is indeed your time. So, Debbie, tell us about the lame excuse zone.
Well, and the thing, and you mentioned that too, and the book is like no nonsense. I kind of hit you upside the head a little bit. And the reason being, I really want people to change. And so I'm telling you like it is, common sense, no nonsense reality here, because I want to shake some people up. And so I want to get them out of the stuck box, out of that comfort zone where they're just making those lame excuses like, I can't do this. What makes you think I can do this? I have people come to me and say, well, I can't, I'm just so bad at selling. I can't sell. And well, don't say that. That's a terrible affirmation, because when you say that, it means you can't sell. So how about changing that affirmation to say, I'm learning to sell. I'm going to study everybody that's really good at sales. I'm going to read more sales books. And the next time I make an offer, I'm going to increase my closing ratio by 25%. Or I just manifest, I'm going to start manifesting more prospects to come to me, and I'm going to make more sales, and I'm going to get more creative about making offers, and I'm going to start enjoying it, because sales really is service. And if I don't sell, then I can't service people, because I teach people about selling is really a form of service, and it's only educating people. And when people are coming up with objections for you, they're not, you don't have to worry about rejection. They're not trying to reject you. And a lot of people, the lame excuses, I don't want to do this because I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to sell. I don't want to promote myself because I don't want to be rejected. Well, rejection, they're not rejecting you. They maybe reject the offer because maybe you're not educating effectively, and it's just a business skill, or maybe they don't need it at the time. And so if you don't take it personally and you learn to get better, you won't stop. But see, it goes back to that limited mindset again. You get out of the box, you quit saying these negative affirmations, you change the words that you use. So I say, wake up every morning and say 3 positive affirmations to yourself, and make one of those affirmations a positive money affirmation, so that not only success is coming to you more effectively, is that money is flowing to you, because money wants to move to you. Money wants a place to go. And money actually moves fast when you allow it to come to you fast. But money will stop if your affirmation is, say, I don't care about money, I can't make money, I'm not good with money. Now that pushes money away. So you really have to watch the words that you say. And so I believe really strongly in visioning. There's a whole chapter on creating a vision, and then using affirmations, and not only using the affirmations for yourself, sharing the affirmations out to others. And so when you share an affirmation out to someone else with a growth mindset that's like a high-level achiever, a successful person, what do? They say, hey, let me help you with that. And they find opportunities for you. Oh my gosh, you will be amazed when you're in a positive mindset and you're at that higher level. They will just go, oh, let me take you from here to here, like instantly. This has happened to me so many times. And I have drawn out vision boards, just sketched out simple little things. I'm living in the house now that I sketched out on a simple piece of paper with a marker, and then I threw it in a drawer. And a year later, when I was living in the house, I pulled it out, and every single thing on that piece of paper was in my house. And I've done this in my success, in my business. Certain stages I wanted to get on, to speak on. I've always envisioned it, and I picture myself there, doing it, achieving it, being there, feeling it, as if it's already happened. And so that's another skill when you can learn to do that. But it starts with the affirmation and the visualization and then sharing it. And then you start believing it, and you're actually feeding your subconscious mind. And so this is what makes it easy, because 90% of your brain is your subconscious mind. Only 10% is conscious. So if you can click into your subconscious mind, it just automatically starts working for you, and it starts making things happen because it doesn't have any judgment what's right or wrong. And so if we're feeding it what we want, it starts telling us what to do, and then we just start taking action towards it, and before you know it, we have it. And that's happened my whole life. It's not magic. It's just the power of how it works.
It's the power of how it works. And as folks are listening to you right now, and you're talking about success is easy. It's your time. It is indeed your time. One thing that might be going through some folks' minds is, well, this lady has it all. I mean, look at her. She's happy. She's married. She has a successful business. Can you share some lessons that you've learned, maybe from one of your biggest failures, that we can take away, that can help us along this journey as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's anything as an entrepreneur. We have it's like a roller coaster as an entrepreneur. There's still the doubts that go in our minds because I've reinvented myself so many times. And people say, well, when would you know to reinvent yourself? I reinvent myself when it's not fun anymore. And when it's not fun anymore isn't necessarily when I'm not making the most money, because when I've made the most money isn't probably when I've been the most happy in my career. It's been when I was really achieving something. A true entrepreneur loves to create something, be challenged, and that's what really gets me charged up. So when I've got something all dialed in, I go, okay, what's next, right? I want to be challenged again. That's the true entrepreneurial spirit. And so, I think one of the toughest times is when I came off the world tour. It was around when the economy crashed, and I went on a world tour for about 3.5 years. And I was in a partnership then, and we were traveling together. And then it just wasn't working. And I was kind of ready to get off the tour. And also the economy was starting to come back to the U.S. And then I fell in love. And I fell in love with my husband. I wasn't married yet, but I had just met him. And so the timing was all right. I had met him. My life was changing. But then I have to leave this partnership, and I have to get off the world tour. And I put all my eggs in one basket. So I kind of walked away from my DebbieAllen.com site. And I put everything into this other website with this partnership, and I had been away from the United States. I wasn't even really marketing here. So yeah, I had a world, recognition, but 80% of my business was international. So to come back, even though it was 3.5 years, it was like I had to kind of reinvent myself again with a brand new brand, putting myself out there. And it took a big dive because, the economy was just starting to get back up, and I could look at anybody's business, any idea they want, and I could brand them and come with ideas. I mean, I just have this intuitive business sense, and I can come up with stuff so quickly and move on that. But when you're in business for yourself, everybody's so close to their own stuff, it's harder to see your own. And so for me, it was like I had a reinvention, and it took me about 6 months to kind of get that really going, relaunched, website, rebrand. And it was an okay brand. It was still not strong enough. Then it took me another 6 months before I came up with the Highly Paid Expert. Then I launched that brand, another book, another event. And then that just took off. And that was really, bestseller. The workshop now I've been doing for 6 years or more. So that just, that really blew up, but it was not an overnight thing. It was a big dip. So, I would say not really a failure, but I think that we take dips in our businesses. So, I wouldn't say it's a failure. I think that, is we go through reinventions that, I don't know that there's one thing I said failure where I lost a ton of money, but it was like always these big, these peaks and valleys, that, Shay, with these peaks and valleys.
This is
and
so well said.
Yeah, and when you go through these peaks and valleys, and no matter how many years you've been doing something, you go into your psyche.
Yeah.
And so I'm teaching about the limited mindset isn't because somebody's just starting out as a brand new entrepreneur. It happens when we've been doing this for years. We all go into this. Can I really do this again? I think that even very, very successful entrepreneurs think, can I win again? can I turn this around again? I've won before, but can I do it again? I mean, it's something we all go through. And then, we need somebody that's the support system besides ourselves to talk us back off the ledge. Hopefully we're not on the ledge for very long, but that's a common thing. And that's why I wanted also to write this book, is it's not just an entrepreneur. It's every entrepreneur at every level that we're going to go through this.
Man, this is so important. We're talking to the one and only Debbie Allen. We come back, I'm going to ask her how you can connect with her, how you can get the book. I'm also going to ask her about Chapter 6. If you got the book, you know what Chapter 6 is all about. Get your ASK, A-S-K, get your mind out the gutter. Get your ASK, A-S-K, in gear. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes, and she's going to talk about that. That's very, very important. And don't worry, I know some of you sent me a comment about this shameless, no nonsense. I'll ask her what she means by shameless. And I think that means shameless self-promotion. We'll get those answers when we come back. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. We're going to go over to Sean Harper. And Sean Harper talks about the law of capacity. The law of capacity. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Sean Harper, motivational speaker, author, investor. I love investing in people because people have the potential of generating years of dividends. This is my January 1st. And as I'm moving in January 1st, I have to be mindful of the laws, the law of capacity. Now, if you know me, I break all the rules, but I never break laws. If you break laws, laws will break you. Laws are unchangeable. So the law of capacity is that you will grow in proportion to your environment. It reminds me of a story of a guy named Walt Disney. We all know Walt Disney, but Walt Disney started out after a couple failed ventures. He started out with Disneyland, south of Anaheim, California. And he had great success, but he had one challenge. He was landlocked. And so he couldn't expand. And so he secretly, anonymously, began to buy up land in the Orlando area. And he formed shell companies, and he brought 500 acres here, 100 acres here with this company, and maybe 2,000 acres with this company. And he went on, and a investigative journalist caught on to it, but not until he amassed over 26 to 30,000 acres. And now that man, who is now deceased, still has land that's not been developed. His dream was huge, but his capacity was small. One of the problems or challenges that we face as entrepreneurs, as business owners, business leaders, is that we run out of capacity. When there's stress in the business, when there's stress as an entrepreneur, it's usually one or two problems. A, you don't have the systems, or B, you have a lack of capacity. That is a spiritual law. And I often compare spiritual laws, or look for evidence of spiritual laws in nature. You take a shark, put it in the fish tank, it gets this big. Take that same baby shark, put it in the ocean, it gets this big. Before you dream, or right after you dream, the first thing you do is you begin to build your capacity. Before you build up, you gotta build down. Thank you. Play to win. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country. We're on a mission. That mission is to empower, that mission is to inspire, and that mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And tonight we're talking, or this morning, or this evening, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world, we're talking to the one and only Debbie Allen. She wrote the book, Success is Easy, Shameless, No-Nonsense Strategies to Win in Business. First, I'm going to ask her where can we get the book. And then I'm going to ask about that chapter number 6, Get Your Ask in Gear. In fact, Debbie, first, tell us where we can get the book. Just let me make sure we know where to get the book at.
Okay, so we want to go to my website to get it or you can go to Amazon and get it, but then go to the website and get all the bonuses. You can go buy it anywhere, right? But buy it online, and then go to successiseasybook.com/bonus and get thousands of dollars in bonuses.
Okay, so we're showing it now. I think they may be looking. We're on the site. So I did confirm. Everyone open up a browser. I've confirmed the website works. So y'all, Lance, you don't have to worry about it. Dwayne, this site does work. You go to Success is Easy, EASY, book.com/bonuses, which you'll see here. And then we're on the site. So many of you, if you're typing in the browser, everyone go over to the browser. Let's all check out these bonuses. Now, hopefully she has the bonuses on the site. We're going to find out. So we're on the site now, Debbie. Tell us what we need to be doing now. Okay.
Book on Amazon, any resource, okay, anywhere, right? Get your receipt number, then come back to this site. Click access, get access now. But you can go scroll down and see all the bonuses first if you want to see what you're going to get.
Yeah,
so Barbara DeAngelis was my
I want
first.
to see all the cool stuff we get. Let's see what's going on. What's this?
Allie, T.R. Becker. I mean, there are video series on here. Ali Multier, Joe Vitale's got a video series. I've got a video series on here. Jeffrey Hazlett, who endorsed my book, wrote the foreword for it, has got a $1,500 business assessment there. Ali Multier, I love her stuff. Very fabulous spiritual business stuff. And Kendall Summerhawk, she's wonderful. Wonderful assessment there. And so there's Barbara's stuff. Wonderful, great stuff that she writes. I love everything she does for personal development.
Bonuses. You know, the bonuses outweigh the cost of the book. I got a question. I know this got to be on your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Why all of these bonuses, Debbie? You got to tell us.
Well, this is what you do. You reach out. I have really amazing joint venture partners. They happen to be multi-millionaire, best-selling author, fabulous people, right? That's just kind of people I've aligned over the years because these were my mentors. These are people that are my friends, and so they've endorsed everything that I've done along the way. And now, I endorse their things too. And so they said, hey, once they endorse a book, let me know what else you need. And I reached out and I said, hey, how about give me some gifts so that people not only read from my book, but I wanted to reach out and people that I admire, the people that I've learned from, so that you can go beyond this. Because the book is going to really help you, but you're going to have to do more than that. You got to keep learning. And that's there's a whole chapter on lifelong learning. So I wanted to give you more. I mean, everything I teach, I keep constantly teach you. So I practically give you lifelong learning there. There's enough there to keep you busy for a few months for sure.
For sure. And tell us about chapter 6, Get Your ASK in Gear.
Okay, so that's how I got all the bonuses. Okay,
so get the ASK. I thought it said, I'm sorry. There's two things to do. Right. I want to make sure. One, this is very important. You must go get the book and get it on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. The key is once you get the book, you must come back here. You see step 1, you buy the book and get it to a number of places. Go to Amazon. This might be easy for a number of you or anywhere. Once you do that, you go to Get Access. You click on Get Access and you follow the instructions, and then you will get access to all of the bonuses below, which outweigh the cost of the book, which is amazing because of the partnerships and the relationships that you have that you've been able to leverage. Did I get that correctly? You got it. Perfect. You put your receipt number in there, and then you'll get instant access to all of the links to get all these things right away. This is that easy. This is right, and I love everything's easy. I love the right away part. I love the part I have to wait 6 months. I'm not easy. That's the only thing that's not easy. I'm not easy, but everything else is easy. But you're a kind-hearted person. I am. I care. I care about people being successful. I do. Absolutely. So tell us about this chapter number 6. Get Your Ask in Gear. So that's just been an amazing success strategy for me. As most people just don't ask. It's an amazing success tool. Is that learning how to ask and ask the right way. I mean, you just can't ask somebody for random things, right? Ask in a way that's supportive. Like somebody asked me when I got an Entrepreneur magazine. They just came out and they're not really a business associate. They really haven't done business with me. And they sent me a private message on Facebook and they said, hey, would you give me your connection to Entrepreneur Publisher? Would you give me your connection? I'm like, no, that's not a way to ask. That's kind of that's kind of an ask hole. Okay. There's another way we call an ask hole as well. Is somebody that keeps asking but doesn't implement things. That's also an ask hole. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the other thing, and it talks about that. So the good way of asking, there's a skill set for this, where it's actually, if I ask Joe Vitale, T.R. Becker, Barbara DeAngelis, would you please give me some gifts to offer to people that buy my book? Mm-hmm. Well, that's an ask that would support them as well, because now I'm introducing you to them, and you're going to go, wow,
I haven't even read Joe Vitale's books before. I didn't know about Barbara DeAngelis, and you're going to go, wow, they're amazing people that you've aligned me with. And that's what's happened, because what happened actually, one of the movies, How I Met Joe Vitale, was my book, Confessions of Shameless Self-Promoters, years ago. I asked all these amazing people like Mark Victor Hansen, Joe Vitale, and amazing, all the marketers, Dan Kennedy. I asked all these people that didn't know me back then, but I followed them all. I wrote this book, and I asked them if they would be in my book, and they loved the title. And I wrote this really great proposal asking them if they would let me interview them to be in the book. And everybody said yes. So I had all these high-level people. And that's how I started out years ago, getting to know all these amazing people. And so here's another cool thing that happened from this story. And I haven't told the story for a while, but so the book came out, Confessions of Shameless Self-Promoters, and then John Spencer Ellis, who I didn't know, just randomly, like anybody here listening to this message here tonight, and he picked up a pair of jeans, and he says, I'm really broke. How am I going to change my life? I don't have any money. And he put on these pair of jeans, and he reached in his pocket, and he found a $20 bill. And he says, well, how is $20 going to change my life? And he's like, well, I'm going to go to the bookstore, and I'm going to find a book. I'm just going to find a book that speaks to me. And he found my book at the bookstore, Confessions of Shameless Self-Promoters. And he bought it, and he read it, and he read about all of these mentors that he had never heard about. And he said, wow, I'm going to do this. And at the time, he was a physical trainer and a fitness trainer, and he hadn't gotten any clients. And he built this physical fitness business. He created a certification process, and now he's a multimillionaire. So when after the movie The Secret came out, he said, I want to do a movie. And he did the movie, and I was one of the first people he called to be in the movie. And then he called all these other people that were in the book, because those were his mentors. And he did the movie called The Compass. And so I went to California for the premiere. 800 people are there. And just before the movie starting, he tells this story. And I hadn't even heard the story, because I hadn't even met him. And he's telling the story about me in the book. And he's standing up there telling this, and I'm sitting next to Joe Vitale and Mark Victor Hansen and all these people who have been my mentors, and I'm just like in awe, like drooling, right? And he's telling the story and how he had met them through my book, and I was just like, that is unbelievable, and how it just changed his life. A book changed his life, and now he's doing a movie that's changing other people's lives. And so it doesn't matter if you got $20. It doesn't matter who you think a mentor is or whatever. It's just, you can approach anybody at any time, and you can come up with an idea as an entrepreneur and align yourself with people. And so, yeah, so Joe and I have been friends ever since. I can send a text to Joe any day, and he will do a favor for me. And that's how I align myself with these people that did not know me. So anyways, long story short, but that was really cool. So again, just the whole thing of asking, and that started with the asking from that book from there, and I've done it ever since. How I got my new book in Entrepreneur Magazine was I was in a seminar, raised my hand because somebody had got their book in Entrepreneur and sold 500,000 copies, and I said, wow, congratulations. That's amazing. Your book is an entrepreneur. I think it's fabulous. And I said, I've got a fabulous idea for a book. And I told him the title, and he says, I'll connect you to my publisher there at Entrepreneur. And within a week, I'm on the phone to them, and they loved the idea. They loved it. It was disruptive, and they thought it was a great idea. And I sold the book to them without a book proposal. So I had to hurry up and get the book proposal done so they could do the legalities of it and write me a big check to start out with. So that was me sitting in a seminar, raising my hand.
Wow. This totally, totally amazing and totally incredible, if I could say that. For those folks that are out there, I want to ask you one more question, then we'll go into a next segment. But you say that sales and marketing go hand in hand in business. Do you believe that to be successful, you need both sales and marketing?
Yeah, I do, but I didn't like sales at first. Mm-hmm. So I would be like, when everything I teach is like, I get when people tell me these things, because I made excuses like that. And I would say, I'm not good at sales. So, everything I teach, I totally understand it. It's not like I'm just, talking about, these excuses. I had them because I liked marketing, and I was really good at marketing. And so I got really, really good at it because I didn't like sales. And then because I was good at marketing, sales got easier. And then I started studying sales, and now I love sales because I teach sales in a very educational way. And what I really love about sales so much is that I teach other people how to sell through education, like speakers how to speak and sell, because it saved my career learning how to do this. And if I would have stayed with that mindset, like I don't like selling, I can't even imagine where my career would have been. So I got out of that. But so I think that, you pick one to begin with, pick marketing or pick sales, and then learn that. And then one will just start, working with the other one. That's how it worked for me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. When we come back in less than 2 minutes, we're coming down the home stretch. I'm going to ask about today is my January 1st, and I'm going to ask her to share her final comments with those folks out there. Now, tell us once again, where can we get the book? Can you give us that website one more time? Then for those folks that are listening online, are you on the podcast? Are you on the replay? Listen very carefully. I'm pulling up for those folks that can watch. Where did it go to actually take advantage of the bonuses?
Okay, successiseasybook.com and then do /bonus. Successiseasybook.com/bonus is going to get you right to this page with all the bonuses.
Okay, and so step number one is once you made your purchase, you can go to Amazon, tell them the name of the book again so they can go to Amazon and get it.
Right there. Success is easy. Yeah, that's it. Can't forget.
Success is easy, man. It's easy to get the book.
Success is easy. It's just all easy.
Man, I love how you made it. And when you go to the website, for those folks that didn't go there earlier, make sure you go down and look at all of the bonuses, all of her friends, all of her folks who support the book. These are folks that support her, what they've done to lay out. I mean, the bonuses are just incredible alone. So go get the book right now. When we come back, we'll go into a segment called Today's My January 1st, and then Debbie's going to close out with her final thoughts. Go get the book, Success is Easy. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. We're going over to Rob Howes. He says, be present where you are. We'll be right back.
Hey guys,
All right.
me and Daddy are here.
All right, I'm doing a video.
I got a question.
No, it's not a question. This is a video where I'm telling people something. I'm telling them that today is their January 1st. Today is your January 1st, Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, because today is the only day you got. Because tomorrow's not promised and yesterday is gone. So the reason why today being your January 1st is significant because it keeps you from procrastination. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, it's the destroyer. It's the killer of dreams. So, take action. Be present where you're present. That's the real gift. Be present where you are present. That is the real gift. Today is your January 1st. Say today.
Today.
Say today is your January 1st.
Today is January 1st.
Say it loud.
Today is January 1st.
That's it. Don't forget it.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country. We're on a mission, and our mission is to inspire. Our mission is to empower, and our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I'm talking to Debbie Allen, who has just launched a new book. Not her first book, but a new book called Success is Easy. Shameless, no-nonsense strategies to win in business. Go to Amazon right now. Go to Amazon right now. Get the book. And then head on over to successiseasybook.com/bonuses and take advantage of the bonuses. If I talked about the bonuses, it'd be a show by itself. It really, really would. Debbie, if I can, we have a segment called Today is My January 1st. It's one of our beliefs. It's one of our statements for those folks that are hearing this for the very first time. Welcome. And today is my January 1st represents that moment where you make a decision. And there are many decisions you make throughout the day. And we believe that every day is your January 1st. It's a new start. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. Your past doesn't equal your future, but you start. Isn't that so cool? So, Debbie, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what resonates with you? What are you hearing? What's going through your mind?
It's like a launch pad. It's funny how that calendar, we think, the new year, like, okay, I'm supercharged, like I'm ready to go. It's going to be bigger goals. I want to make more money. I want to have more success this year. It's like such a big deal. And so, yeah, I love that. It's awesome. So why can't we have that all the time? Yeah, right. So, I mean, but you know, your vision should be that way. You should be, today is my January 1st, is my vision is that's what I want. And keep it all year long, because we kind of get that way. We get halfway through the year and kind of that vision gets fuzzy. So keeping that vision strong, because that vision is what's going to drive you to be success. You know, you have to be success driven to really get to the end of the goal, right? Yeah. And that's at January 1st. We're always success driven then.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was your January 1st moment? What was that moment that you made a decision that you were going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to teach entrepreneurs how they can be successful in business, be paid and be in business? What was your January 1st moment?
Well, I've had a lot of those.
I know that's right. Why did I expect anything less?
Yeah, I went up to my dad. I said, well, more than the paycheck. I was 19. I was like, I want to own part of the business. And then at 30 was another one, because I left the family business and started my own business. Bought a business that lost money for 6 years. Paid money to buy a business that lost money for 6 years. Everybody said, you're crazy. Okay. Every entrepreneur has heard that. That's a good thing. And so I found mentors that took me from $100,000 in business to $2.5 million in 2 years. So I listened. I was very coachable. I didn't know anything about that business. That was a retail clothing business, actually. And then I built and sold multiple retail clothing businesses for 15 years. And then I went to 15 years. So let's do the math, right? So that would have been 45. And then I started my speaking business. And I went into the apparel show and I said, why don't you have seminars here? That's crazy. You should have seminars here. And then the guy says, well, you should teach it. You're like been so successful. I said, yeah, I could do that. And he goes, okay, when do you want to do one? And I say, and he goes, what do you want? How much you want? And I said, well, I don't know. And then my sales rep said, you should charge $1,000. And I said, well, okay. And then I started my speaking career.
Wow. So that was good. That is super amazing. That's super clever. Only you have a story like that. Success is easy, but like you said, you've got to take action.
Yeah, that brings the Shameless thing up, because that was Vegas. Yeah. That was Las Vegas. And I had to fill a room in Las Vegas in the morning when they didn't know about seminars. And I was shameless because I was on that shuttle bus. And I was telling people they had to go to my seminar. And I told the guy at the show, I said, I'm going to prove to you need seminars, and I'm going to have standing room only. What do I know about filling rooms? And I did. I filled the room standing room only. And then I thought, hey, maybe I can do events.
But I like the fact that you took action. That's the most important part, and that's what matters most. For those folks that are out there, Debbie, I know we said it again, but before we go into a segment that allows you to give your final thoughts and your final comments, take a moment if we can and slow down. And for those folks that are listening, how can they stay in contact with you? Now, there was one reason that you should say that someone should go out there, not just purchase the book for themselves. Okay, they should do that. Not just buy 10 to 20 books for another organization, but to pay it forward. But what's the number one reason why someone should read the book? And if you're buying the book, this is a reason you can convey to someone else on why they need to read the book. Get the book and then read the book. What's the number one reason, Debbie, that comes to your mind?
Well, the book is just a start. It's a disruptor, and that's my goal always. Like when I wrote Confessions of Shameless Self-Promoters, because people don't feel comfortable promoting themselves. And I was always a shameless promoter because when I didn't have money, and I taught people how to do that, because if you don't have money to promote something, you got yourself. Like, get out there and toot your own horn. If you don't believe in something, then you shouldn't be doing that. Find something you believe in, and you're passionate enough about it, and then toot your horn and tell people about it, because you can't be of service if you don't do that. And so that kind of started. And this is another disruptor, is that I want people to, read it because they need to learn something different. I want to turn their heads. And then the next thing from there is like, come see me speak, go to debbieallen.com, see where I'm speaking, come see me speak. And Shay, you've been out at my events, and you'll see how passionate I am from that stage, and come and feel that energy. And Shay and I in the same room, it's like, oh my gosh, it was like fireworks going off. The energy.
I will mention, and it's so important that Debbie has tremendously more energy. Number one, if you want to see someone give everything they got for like 3 or 4 days, and I'm talking about lay it on the line, but it's not about her. And that's what I like. It's about her giving all the best ideas, the insider strategy, and really step by step, exactly what to do. And you do exercises while you're there. So this isn't one of those ones you just sit there and be entertained and be intellectually stimulated. You literally go do exercise. I'm not gonna give it away, but you get to go to a board. That's kind of cool. You get to do some other stuff. I mean, it's really, really cool. You want to attend.
Yes, I have my exercise guy, so I can just teach you and play. And then Norm plays, and so he comes and that's all he does. He's my more than a facilitator. So he runs like the whole, that whole energy behind the scenes, so that I can just be there teaching you in my way and play and interact as it's happening, because I kind of do and change as what's happening in the audience. But Norm gets you going. So yeah, it's a party. It's high energy, and you learn. So it's not like anything else. I've been doing events for 15 years. So, events business has changed dramatically over the years. If you're going to sit there for three days, you want to learn, but you learn by being interactive, and you learn by being the kind of people that are in the room, the high level people. If you're going to an event called the Highly Paid Expert Workshop, you've got high level people at that event.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I mean, spot on. Let me say 2 things. One is, once again, get the book. Number 2, after you get the book over at successiseasybook.com/bonuses, make sure you buy the book for someone else. Give it as a gift. Some of you that are part of organizations, get the book for the entire organization. If you're like, oh, that's me, Shay. I buy books in block, and I can do that. And you have questions, don't worry. Reach out to Debbie, and she'll answer any questions you have. Debbie, first, let me say thank you for giving of your time. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And Debbie is here. And before we got started, Debbie didn't ask me before we got started. She didn't say, Shay, send me a Cash App. She didn't say, oh, Shay, send me a Zelly payment or a PayPal. She said, Shay, I'm here to serve, and I'm here to make sure that folks understand that success is easy when you follow the formula. And inside of her book, Shameless, No Nonsense Strategies to Win, well, it's the strategies are there, but it's a formula. And that's so important. So, Debbie, let me say thank you. Let me say we appreciate you. Can't wait to hang out with you next time I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Get a chance to get to the Highly Paid Experts Workshop. Go. Let me say it again. Go. Let me say it one last time. Go. My life was changed by being there as well. Debbie, I want to turn it over to you to give us your final thoughts. For those folks that are out there as entrepreneurs, maybe any thoughts, any ideas you have to empower, to inspire those folks that have to go out there and do exactly what you said, because success is easy. I turn it over to you for your final thoughts to close us out.
Well, like you claimed it last time, success is easy, your time is now. Why not now? And claim it. If you found your thing that you're passionate about, put yourself out there every single day, create your affirmations, and just go for it. Be a little more shameless, ask more. You're going to get so much more when you start asking more, but in a way of service. What I always say is put your head and your heart together. When I started connecting my head and my heart together and coming from a place of service, but shamelessly, like aggressively in business, but always putting my heart out there in a way to support people, everything changed for me, and it will for you. So again, when you go to my website, debbieallen.com, sign up and get my free videos there so that you start following me. Because when you start following me, I give you lots of gifts. You're going to find out about my events. You're going to find out where I'm speaking. And you're going to keep getting gifts from me. So don't worry about, when things show up or when you're supposed to be somewhere. Sign up, and I'll just keep giving you gifts. And I'll keep supporting your success, because I love Shay, and I think he's doing amazing things. And I'm always honored to be on his show. Thank you so much, Shay.
Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate you. And with that being said, for everyone out there, I want you to know that today is your January 1st. Success is easy. Today is your January 1st. Why? Because it's your time. Today is your January 1st. You now have the strategies so that you can win in business. With that being said, my name once again is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you, we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless, and I wish you success. promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Thank you. God bless.